What's going on, everyone? How's everyone doing tonight? Get all situated. So Bitcoin made another drop today after bouncing off the 5. How's everyone doing tonight? No work on Sundays, yeah. So it looks like Bitcoin got rejected at the 5, and we're working our way back down to support here at 4.2, unfortunately, which is also the 618. So you were right, Chef. You sold your Bitcoin, and there it is, right there, plain as day. Doing good, doing good. Sunday, have to go back to work tomorrow. Might as well chart some coins tonight. But I think Bitcoin's honestly going to have a hard time falling below this. The 618 and main support at 4.2. I mean, I can hope, right? So you're waiting to get into VXV. What price you looking for on VXV? Yeah, I had VXV tagging the 1 and heading back down here, the 236 at 259. It still looks like that's the play. Yeah, so I'd keep an eye on tagging the support here at 259, 260 for VXV. The RSI hit 70. We've been maintaining pretty close to 50 or above. And if we hit the 236 right here, the RSI will reset at 50, and I think from there we'll go up from there. So I think we still have a little bit more ways to go for something like that. And I guess you can say the worst case scenario is the main support at 247, but after this consolidation period you had from the 6th of April till the 9th of April, and you had this big pump right here, I don't think we're heading back down to 247 for a little bit. I think we're bouncing off the 236 at 260 and then continuing up to put another step on this ladder. Yeah, 2.5, that's not a bad price to be. It's right at the top of this support channel, so that's not bad at all. If it breaks below this 236, it could definitely do something like that. So not bad at all putting in a price in at 2.5, but that's not financial advice. But yeah, week closes tonight. Yes, it does. Okay, well, let's get into it, guys. Do I have any charting requests on the Discord from today? Discord was kind of quiet today. Everyone's just chilling, enjoying the weather. Yeah, I don't have any requests on there, so open floor. What do you guys want me to chart? I can't tell you what to go in at. I just think that it's heading down to the 236. The 250 is not a bad price, though, because that is the top of the support channel. And the RSI is pretty high. Yeah, hopefully it does get a pump before close. That'd be nice. I still think April's going to end bullish. But as of right now. So, Chef says KNC, so let's get into some KNC. Yeah, that thing ripped today, didn't it? I think KNC was up quite a bit. Yeah, up 16.4%. Crazy. While the market's red, this thing's going up. So KNC, looks like we tagged 7 in the RSI. We're retracing, most likely back down to the 50. Let's see if we can draw a fib on this. Can't. Last time I charted this was there's a fib on here somewhere, so I charted it way back in January. So let's clean that up. We'll start fresh. Okay. So what it looks like what is this? KNC. We got stopped at the one heading down to 236. RSI tag 70. I think the RSI is going to retrace to 50 personally. I'd keep an eye on the 50, which would bring us down to the 382 area around 287. But after a big pump like this, you can see in the past we had this big pump. We had a retracement at approximately, what was this? 18% drop. So an 18% drop would actually bring us down to the support right here at 364 if it repeats. So I'd keep an eye on actually the main support personally for something like that. I don't know why KNC pumped today. Does anyone know? So keep an eye on the 5. 5 is at the main support at 326. You fall below that, you have a 618 at 246, but I don't think we go down there. As you can see, since the 6th of April, we've been making higher highs, so something like this could definitely be the case for KNC. And it doesn't really seem like it was affected by that heavy Bitcoin drop. But nonetheless, there's a lot of support in this area for KNC, it looks like. So Quant and Floki. Yeah, I had scenario of us tagging the 618 and falling below the support, or not breaking over the support. So it looked like it was the other one. So let me clean this up real quick. Man, I scribble a lot on these charts. Yeah, that is a big fat candle there. Right down to the, well, it's resistance now, but it looks like we got stopped at the 786 with that wick. RSI is looking like it wants to go down to 30. So personally, there's two different scenarios we could go at. We can say we're heading down to this support channel at around, I'd say 118. From there, we're probably going to bounce up and test this resistance. Or you can say we're bouncing off the 786 and testing this resistance. Nonetheless, I think we're going to be heading up here to the 618 sometime soon. If you want to get super bearish on Quant, which I know no one wants to get bearish on any coin, this thing has been moving down since the 28th of April, and you have been making lower highs. So inevitably, a lower high would not be the 618 right here. A lower high could be something like this for Quant. Especially with Bitcoin being on the cusp of breaking the 618, you could probably see a decent sized dip in Quant if that happens down to around the 112 area. But we do have a thick support channel right here. So let's just keep an eye on the 786 right now at 120. Seems like 120 has held quite a bit in the past. If we zoom out, it held quite a bit in the past here. It was hard resistance to get over here, but once we got over it, we started heading back up. So for the time being, let's just focus on $120. You fall below $120, we're going to be testing out this support channel here between 119 and 117. But if none of that holds, I mean, that's not even a main support, it's just a support channel. But if that doesn't hold, our next fib is down here at 111 for Quant. But 786 is holding for the time being. This candle closes in approximately 18 minutes, so we can assess that with the next candle. If the next candle is red and breaks the 786, let's keep an eye out for a lower low on Quant. So next one's CLV. Yeah, look at those scribbles. So CLV actually held at the bottom of this neutral channel at 35 cents, and you briefly broke above this resistance, but instantly got rejected once you tagged this resistance channel. Looks like you want to head back down to the 30 on the RSI. So let's see if we can draw a fib and see where the 30 on the RSI would be. Yikes. As of right now, it's looking like it wants to drop down to the support. you have a neutral channel here and it held once. So there's two different scenarios you can go by here. I don't think we're going to get a green candle on the next one. I think we're either testing the bottom of this neutral channel at 35.7, and if this doesn't hold, I'd keep an eye on 34 cents for a continuation up like that. You've been in a downtrend since the 3rd of April and been putting in consecutively lower highs. So something like this is definitely on the table. If this happened, you bounced here and went up to the resistance, that would be a lower high than you are at right now. So I think a lot of coins we're going to look at tonight are going to have this big red candle here, and it kind of puts you in the neutral zone, a 50-50 zone between fibs and supports. So, and that's due to Bitcoin being on the cusp of flipping the 618. If Bitcoin flips the 618 and breaks below 42,000, I think we're going to see a decent sized sell-off for coins, and people are going to be able to buy some coins on sale for the time being. But I still think we're in an extended bull market. You can call me crazy, but I think 2022 is going to be really bullish. So I just continue buying these dips for the time being. So as for CLV, I'd keep an eye on 135. If we break below 135, we're definitely tagging the 34 cents support. So it's not looking bullish right now. I think it's actually going to be heading down a little bit more personally. Oh, I missed SHIB. Hang on, let me go back, make sure I did. I did KNC, VXV. Beamer says SHIB. Sorry about that. Let's get into SHIB. Yeah, that had a sell-off as well. 618 actually held. Yes, you wicked below it, but I had this drawn. You briefly broke above the 50, but it looks like it wants to head back down to the high 30s, so the 30 range. So I'd keep an eye on, let's see, we're going to draw a different fib here. Let's see what's happening at this top right here. Yeah, this seems to be what it's respecting right now. So for the time being, I'd keep an eye on this main support here at 2426. Personally, I think we might be heading down there. We did, I guess you can say we did make a higher high. And we have been in a downtrend since the 28th of March. And we did make a higher high right here. But we also made a higher high on April 5th. And as you can see, that really didn't work out for us that well. So for the time being, I think SHIB might be heading down here to the support channel for a retest of the 5. And if we get rejected here, we're definitely heading down to the 618. If we get support here and head up to the 5 and break it, we can actually say we reversed. And then we can start talking about heading up a little bit higher to this resistance area at 2578. But for the time being, I think SHIB's dropping to the main support right now at 2426. And that's just going to bring the RSI back to where it was since the 6th of April down here. And then you'll have that retest of the 50, which is up here again. So I think a lot of coins are going to be heading down just a little bit more before we have a reversal. I think we're going to see that a lot tonight. KNC has been steady moving up for weeks. That's true. Any SHIB TA, that's a fun one. KNC has been steady moving up for weeks. That's what I thought. Hey guys. What's up, Vlad? So with that, I'm all caught up, I believe. So who wants... Oh, Floki. I missed Floki, so let's get into Floki. Good old Floki. Thought I found a good chart on here. I don't know if I had to use DEX or not. Yeah, this chart's kind of choppy, but we can make it work. Yeah, so we actually just tagged the 618 on Floki right now. RSI broke above 50, and you can see you've been consecutively holding at 37. So personally, this, I think we might actually get a hard candle down to the 618. You can see the 618 is actually in the support channel as well. So I'd keep an eye at 3147 and then a continuation up here to test the resistance again on Floki. I don't think Floki's going to be breaking below this support channel and 618. It's kind of like a double, I guess you can call it a double safety net right there. Worst case scenario, if Bitcoin flips the 618 that is pretty close at, a lot of coins are going to see a pretty decent drop. So I guess you can say the worst case scenario is the support, but I don't think we're heading down there personally. I think we're going to be bouncing off the 618 for the time being and then gradually working up to this resistance area to battle it out here. The RSI has been consecutively going down to the 37 range, and that's we'll just go off what the RSI has been doing and doing something like that, which validates this move up to the 3423 once it tags this 618 with the closing full body of the candle, not just the wick. XLM, yeah, we can do XLM. Believe it or not, XLM was the first crypto I ever bought when I first got into crypto. Yeah, so like I think last time I tried it was it April 2nd. I said we had one top, two top, and if we didn't get three top, we'd have drop top, and that's exactly what played out. One top, two top, didn't break on our third attempt, and then had that drop. Support's holding great for XLM though. Look, we've tagged it once, twice, three times, and the same goes for that. 1, 2. If we don't hold here, it's going to have another drop down. As you can see, it tested it one, twice, barely tested on the third and had a drop, and that's the same for this. It's going to actually be reversed. So you're testing the support once, twice. If we get a green candle here, we're going to be going up, not dropping. Pardon me, I was wrong on that. So let me clean up these brushes real quick. So XLM's not looking bad right now personally. We've tested this a couple times, so I'd keep an eye out for a green candle. If we tag that green candle, I could definitely see us blasting up. So this is one of the coins tonight that I actually think might be working its way back up to 22 cents. If we do break below the support channel though, we do have a 618 at 19.8. Personally, I don't think that's going to happen though, so let's just keep an eye on the support at 20 cents. If we fall below 20 cents, we have a 618 at 20.12, and then the main support at 19.19, but I don't think we're dropping down there personally. I think XLM is going to be blasting up here. The next candle starts in approximately 10 minutes, so that's actually going to tell the truth on this. If the next candle is red and falls below this, this is all invalid, and then we can talk about dropping down to the 618. So let's keep an eye on the next candle. If you have a way to view this chart on TradingView, put that up there, and if it drops below 20.1, then you can keep an eye on the 618. So Solo. What is Solo? Sologenic up 3%, 62 cents, 400 million total supply. Looks like the all-time high was 655 4 months ago. All-time low was 6 cents 5 months ago. That's 906% gain. From there, if we look at the max compared to the market cap, they have not been putting many coins in circulation. It's kind of hard to tell because the market cap here is question mark. But let's get into the TA on Sologenic. Oh, I did chart this before. I said we're heading down to the 618 for a continuation. We really didn't tag the 618, but we did have that bounce. Let's clean this up. This fib's still valid. So we actually got rejected the 236, and we are just hovering around 70 right now. So personally for this coin, I think we might be seeing a drop, a generous drop. This is just me being bullish here. A drop down to the 382 to 58 for a continuation. But realistically, I'm kind of viewing a drop down to the 5 for a continuation like that. So pick your poison for this one, but inevitably I think we're heading down to one of these two areas. I don't think we're heading down to the 618 though, any means. I think we're staying well above 50 for the time being. We just have to keep an eye on these two fib areas. Both of these could actually be valid, but I'm leaning more towards it dropping down to the 5 to 52 for continuation upwards. We'll just have to assess the situation at a later time. Because as you can see, a lot of candles had that big red candle today, and this one did not. So this one's actually looking pretty bullish. You've been maintaining well over 50 since the 29th of March, and you broke all the way up to 97 on the RSI here. That's crazy. So obviously people want to buy it in this range. So let's keep an eye on 57.9, so around 58 cents, and then let's keep an eye on 52. If it breaks below 58, I believe it'll bottom out at 52, and I don't think we're dropping any lower than that for the time being. Been waiting for ages for a dot breakout. What is dot doing? Talking about polka dot or just dot? Yeah, it looks like this is actually what's at play. I had it dragging out a little bit longer, but we got rejected at this resistance right here. It looks like it wants to go down to the 618 at 1903. So for dot, I keep an eye on the on the 618 at 1903. If we fall below that, we're met with an instant support. So personally, I don't think it's dropping below 1875 for the time being. It's either going to hit one of these areas. So this is a small area right here, but it's kind of acting as a double support safety net. So inevitably, I think we're heading down to one of these two for a continuation up to battle it out at this support channel at $20. But I think we're heading down a little bit more for DOT before we make our way back up. You can see we tagged 50 and instantly got rejected on the RSI, so it doesn't want to be bullish on the RSI right now. So we have to go down, fuel up, grab some more moon juice, and then hopefully we break our breakout from there. So I believe I'd keep an eye on these prices here, $19 and then $18.75. I think we'll be bouncing from there for DOT. Oh, Polkadot. Oh, that was DOT. Yeah, that's Polkadot. Yeah, so let's just keep an eye on the 618 here at $19. If we break below that, it's $18.75 at the lowest, I believe it'll go. No, it's not. I don't think there is a different DOT. It's just the logo looks different here for some reason for me. Like I saw that, I didn't look at. I was like, that's DOT, but the logo looks different for some reason. So this is Polkadot. They must have updated their logo. Either that or I just don't look at Polkadot ever, which is very possible. Oh my gosh, why won't it load? Okay, with that, let's see. Yeah, they must have just changed the logo and I'm slow catching up, which is very, very likely. Yeah, they updated the logo. All-time high of $54 5 months ago, though. So with that, I am all caught up on the chat TAs. So open floor, whoever wants there. There we go, Chef Nation with the Zcash. Zcash down 4.3, $162. Supply is 21 million, little over half that in circulation, 2 billion market cap. All-time high of $3,191 5 years ago. That's crazy. All-time low of 1975. 2 years ago, if you look at the max, it was probably because they had a lot less coins in circulation, or it was the initial coin launch. Yeah, so looks like they unloaded a lot of coins. So they had the initial coin launch, and then it looks like they just unloaded all the coins at once, which caused the price to go down. Kind of like how Jasmy did recently. You know, it was in the millions, and now it's in the billions of coins in circulation. So I don't think we'll ever reach these prices again until many, many years, because here there's probably hardly any coins in circulation, and now they have 12 million, which isn't a lot, but it's going to take a lot more buying power to reach this price. Definitely with already a 2 billion market cap at 162. The market cap would probably have to be higher than Bitcoin to reach this price again. But let's get into the charts. Zcash seems like it wants to be consolidating between these two support areas. So let's see if those support areas are backed up by a fib. Yeah, those support areas are backed up by a fib. So it looks like we keep bouncing between the 786 and 618, and it hasn't decided what it wants to do quite yet. We've been hovering around 36 and barely breaking above the 50, currently getting rejected at the 53 times in a row. We did just wick below this support right here, which flipped it into resistance, but the top of this support channel is holding. It's a very small support channel, but it is holding you guys up nonetheless. If the support channel doesn't hold up, you can see it wicked and held in the past. If it doesn't hold up, I'd keep an eye on a drop down here to the one at approximately $150. So this is kind of your lifeline right here. So we have to keep an eye on this. The next candle starts in 3 minutes. If the next candle's red, I think we're heading down to 150, which would reset the RSI down to 30. But then we could pick up some moon juice to head up here. So yeah, Zcash is on the cusp of breaking down personally. So I'd keep an eye on a drop for Zcash. If the next candle's green, I guess you can say we're up to the 618 for something like this. But personally, I think we're going to be heading down to around $150 for the time being on Zcash. Can't be a moon boy all the time, right? What are my thoughts on H-bar? Don't know much about H-bar. Last time I charted it, jeez, where's it at? I don't even know the last time I charted it. Obviously, I charted it if there's a fib on here. H-bar had a nice run up here, but you guys had a huge retracement. Since the 1st of April, you guys approximately went down 20%, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I think H-bar has a lot of coins in circulation, so 20% on a coin like that is actually quite a bit. So if we draw from this bottom to the recent top right here, we actually just broke below the 786 right now, so we're not looking super great for H-bar. We're kind of, oh shoot, we're in 50-50 zone right now. We aren't touching any supports. We just fell below the 786, so I would keep an eye on the top of this support channel. You can see it held here with the wicks once, twice, so hopefully it holds again, but I'd keep an eye at around 20 cents for H-bar, and if that doesn't hold, it's going to get bad. So something like that. So hopefully this doesn't play out. I mean, the support channel is pretty thick, so you could find some support in here. You can see you found it in the past. The support channel was great for you guys. So hopefully it's something like this, where we find quite a bit of support in this support channel. But a support channel is light support. It's not main support, but it's support nonetheless. So that's great. So doomsday scenario is 19.8. What I'm seeing right now is we're definitely heading down to the top of it, at least heading down to at least 20 cents, 20.5 at the most. And if we break below that, keep an eye on 19.8. I don't think we're getting a green candle off here. It's 8 o'clock right now, so my time. So a new candle is about ready to start. Let's see if we can just continue chatting until that candle starts, and we can kind of see what it is. If the next candle's green or red, that's going to tell the story. So this candle should be popping up here any minute now. We'll just keep an eye on it. Kind of interesting stuff. It's like waiting for the ball to drop on New Year's. Where's that candle? It'll be popping up any second. We'll zoom in here, get a nice dramatic effect on it. But personally, I think we're heading down to the top of this support channel. Yeah, definitely more buying opportunity. You know, glass half full, glass half empty. A lot of people are upset that their coins are dropping, but man, you can buy more of your coins on a discount. That's the thing. Well, personally, I don't know where the... Oh, there it is. That little green line right there. There's the candle. Just popped up. So we actually started off green for the time being. So let's keep an eye to the 786 right here at 2009. But that is just a sliver of a candle right there. So it's fresh. It's new. It's a 4-hour candle. So this candle has 4 hours to grow up or grow down. But I'd seriously keep an eye on the top of the support channel. I think we're heading down to the support channel for the time being. If we break above 20.9, 21 cents, we can talk about heading up to the 618. But it did start off as green, so that's not bad. Oh, there it goes. Look, it's growing. It's a bigger green candle now, so keep an eye on the 786 at 29, 21 cents. So yesterday and today, I've seen their volume pump hardcore for ZEC, but I don't know their price. Near, they are about to release a stablecoin USN. Price should double soon. So green is definitely good. I like green. Yeah, Near's not looking bad at all. Near's just been ripping, pretty much ripping since February 24th. And then you've continued the ladder up effect, and even with Bitcoin dropping, you have not made a lower low yet. So Near is looking fantastic, and you actually just dipped below the 50, and as you can see, you guys don't like being below the 50, so I'd keep an eye on a move up for Near. So let's draw a fib on this and see what possible upswings we could see on Near. Okay, so I know it's just super bullish on it, but I'd keep an eye on the 618. I think we're heading down to the 618 for the time being at approximately 15.33. I think that'll be the bottom. Then we'll be working on our next step on this ladder. NIR's just looking crazy bullish. Yeah, everyone's bullish on NIR at the moment, and it shows in the charts. That's for sure. But for the time being, let's keep an eye on the 618 for NIR at 15.33. I think we're heading down there before we continue upwards and put another high in. But this is a great chart. I wish all my coins looked just like this. What is that? So since February 24th to the peak here on April 8th, that is approximately a 170% gain. That's awesome. Congrats on whoever bought in down here. But for the time being, let's keep an eye on a pullback. Yeah, that red candle just started, and it looks like it wants to head down to the 618 and have a little visit there at 15.3. I don't think we're putting in a lower low, though. If we put in a lower low, we'd have to break below 14.6, 14.7, which I don't think we do. I think 618 is going to be the absolute bottom before we work our way back up for NIR. So why is everyone bullish on NIR? Is it because of what Chef said? They're about to release a stable coin? Oh, look at me. I was a moon boy on Link back here on April 2nd. So Link seems to be holding up in this neutral zone right here. Personally, I'd rather have API 3 over Link. I think it'd make you more money. But with that, let's get into Link. So it looks like we are holding up the 618 right now. It looks like it wants to head back down to the 618. So I'd keep an eye on 1504. Worst case scenario I see is the support channel, and then working our way up to battle it out at this resistance at 16 or 1565. So I think we're heading down a little bit more in Link. So approximately, I'd look for a 1.5 to 1.87% drop before we start heading back up on Link. So not that much lower. But I think we're going to be either bouncing off the 618 or the main support. It's great that you have these two so close together. It's a nice safety net. You're above the 618, so that means it's support, and then you have a main support right below it. That just means the RSI wants to reset at 30. It doesn't like being between 50 and 30. So let's keep an eye on a drop for that. And I think I charted AVAX yesterday, if I wasn't mistaken. Yeah, a bunch of scribbles. So AVAX actually just fell below this support and flipped it into resistance. It looks like it wants to test it right here, but that's a really small green candle for the time being. Yeah, unfortunately, I think AVAX, it's red now. I think AVAX is heading down minimally to the 618. And then hopefully testing this resistance out. That is the bullish best case scenario. The bad part is there's no other support between here. So you guys could actually see a decent sized drop. Not saying it's going to go all the way down to 75. Because you can see back here you did have some support at 77. But there is nothing here if it falls below the 618. It's just nothingness. So that's a pretty nasty drop there. So I'd keep an eye on the 618 at 80. If we fall below 80, I'd keep an eye on 75 minimal for AVAX. And this candle looks like it wants to come down and visit the 618 area for the time being. So let's just focus on the 618 at $80. $80 is the price right now. And then RSI is pretty low right now, so I don't think it'll fall below the 618. If anything, we'll get a wick below it, but I don't think the body of the candle will go below that, and then we can start continuing up. Hopefully. I mean, you have been putting in lower highs since the 2nd of April, so it's definitely possible that you could be seeing another push down here. What's up, Zgoth? Glad you made it. Okay, so that is my thought on AVAX. 618 doesn't hold. I think we're going to be seeing a decent sized drop to $75. So we got to stay above 80 bucks. What about Joe? Don't hold any. Is Joe one of those shit coins? Down 3.8, 1.31, 500 million max supply, 212 million circulating, 278 million. What's it listed on? Oh, it's the Trader Joe. I don't think they have that on TradingView, so I might have to do that on Dex, but let's take a look at it. Oh, they have it, so we'll look at it. Yeah, Joe's actually not looking bad at all. Looks like we're actually consolidating inside something like this. I know a lot of people don't like going off of shapes, but so that's without the fib. Then we put the fib on here. Yeah, so I think personally Joe is going to be dropping down to the 5, and then we're going to go up and test this triangle. If we break above this, I think we're going to be pushing up to 150 and test this resistance again. You can see we tested it once, twice, so we can definitely test it 3 times. So 1 top, 2 top. If we don't break it, drop top. But I think we're going to be working our way up to 150 on Joe for the time being. We're just going to have to drop a little bit more to around 127. And the worst case scenario is testing the bottom of this triangle at 125 for continuation upwards on Joe. RSI is just all over the place, maintaining above 50 for a while. So it looks like it just wants to stay above 50. So I'd keep an eye on a 150 pump for Joe. I don't think it's going to be straight green candle. I think it's going to be a build up like this. But inevitably, I think Joe's going up to 150. So it's not looking bad. So good old Moonbeam. Moonbeam moved today, and so did Ape. Yeah, so I had my 2 different scenarios, and it looked like it was the first one, but the bottom was the second one, so so Moonbeam. So are you able to mine GMR, or is it just from staking? I know you can stake it. Someone asked that question today, and I really didn't know. What bottom are we going off of? It looks like it wants to go off this bottom. So for Moonbeam, the thing is, you guys have some really great support down here. You have the 618, you have the support channel and a main support in this area, and it looks like it's attracting it right now. So I'd be keeping an eye on a drop down to the 618 here on Moonbeam. It's held great all April so far. So I think if it continues that pattern, we're looking for something like that, and hopefully a reversal higher. RSI just dipped below 50, but if you look since the 16th of March, it's been maintaining over 50 for quite a while. So for the time being, let's keep an eye on the 618. If we fall below the 618, we have the $3.56 support inside the support channel. So personally, I don't think we're dropping below $3.50 for a while in Moonbeam. I don't own any Moonbeam, but if I did want to acquire Moonbeam, I'd put a buy-in order at $3.50. If it got filled, it got filled. Because I don't think we're heading down to the 786 on Moonbeam right now. I think we're bouncing in this area right here somewhere. So 350 would be the bottom of the support channel, so that's the reason why I would put a buy-in order there. That's not financial advice, that's just what I would do if I wanted to acquire some Moonbeam. Oh, BTC's below 42K now? Oh, BTC's not below 42K yet. It's close. Or it did. Yeah, it's close. It got really close. But there was a lot of buying right there. Yikes, yikes, yikes. This is not good, guys. It's not good if you're looking to make gains. It might be good if you're looking to buy coins on sale. We did drop below the 618 here, and as you can see, we're having a battle right now. The candle did just start 12 minutes ago, so it's a 4-hour candle. We have some time for this candle to engulf this and break above, but if we stay down here and it closes below, So personally, if this candle grows red any larger, I'd be looking for some flash sales on some coins, unfortunately. But we'll give it the benefit of the doubt. It still has 3 hours and 40 some minutes to go. Hopefully it's green. Hopefully I don't wake up tomorrow and my entire portfolio is red and I'm down a lot of money. But it is what it is. I'm pretty much holding everything. Haven't really found any good flip coins right now. The market's just continuing to drop. But this is not good, guys. Just listen up. This is not good. If we stay below this, if it closes below this, we're going to have to be looking for 40,000 Bitcoin. We tested the 618 once, twice. This was our third attempt and it broke below it. So bullish or Bitcoin looks like it wants to head down a little bit further, which it is what it is. Yeah, so I tried Ape this morning. There was not a whole lot of data to go off Ape since it just came out, but I said we'd be tagging off the 5 and retracing to the 618. We really didn't reach the 5, so I'd keep an eye on the 618 around 1175 for Ape. If we break below that, we're going to have a nasty drop down to 10. So if Bitcoin closes below 42,000, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of coins make pretty decent sized drops, altcoins anyways. So for the time being, let's keep an eye on the 618 for Ape at around 1180. That is your support right now for the time being. But if Bitcoin closes below that 618, it's just going to be not very good. Yeah, I've done that a couple times, selling everything and then buying back, and it works sometimes, but then there's other times where it doesn't. I just said screw that, I'm holding. I mean, if you look at the history of the cryptocurrency market, if you just hold, it pans out. If you believe in cryptocurrency, just hold. Just diamond hand everything. So for Ape, let's keep an eye on the 618. So with that, we have Zgas saying ZCX. Wow, ZCX had a nice pump here. Ignore my Moon Boy chart. Yeah, we got rejected at the support though, and we're working our way back down, most likely to the 5 at 125. I'd keep an eye on 125. That's not a support, that's just a fib level. The main support's at $1.24 for something like that. RSI didn't really tag 70, but if you look in the past, you've been pretty much maintained above 50, so it wants to stay above 50. And coming back down to the 50 would bring us down to the support channel at 124.75. So around 125, I'd say, at bottoms before we work our way back up. The thing about this is you could actually go down to the 618 here at $1.16, and we can say, hey, this is still bullish because I put in a higher low. So not saying that this isn't technically, if you want to be technical about it, this is not off the table. It's a valid technical move that could happen, but I believe the support's going to hold. So you have a main support and a support channel right here. So I'd keep an eye on 125 for a continuation upwards on ZCX. So with that, why the hell did I say I was going to 35 yesterday? Me and my big mouth. Yeah, but I don't say that, but I know a lot of it. It's covering your coin. Yeah, guys, I think we might be seeing some more of flash sales here coming up if Bitcoin continues to stay below the 618. So that's something I want to keep a close eye on here. Hey, we actually just flipped it. It wants to stay above it. It is support right now. Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, I think Zill's gonna have a decent sized retracement as well. I think I said that in my video this morning. If it breaks below the 618, I said it's going down to the main support here at 10 cents at Definitely seems to be holding between the 618 and this main support area right here. It's just kind of snaking sideways. RSI is curling up. So this could be, you know, going against the grain on Bitcoin. So if this curls up and it wants to go back up to 70 on the RSI, I'd keep an eye for a run up here for ZIL. But if Bitcoin drops below 42,000 and closes there, I wouldn't expect the 618 to hold. I'd look for a drop down to 10 cents. So if Bitcoin maintained where it's at right now, ZIL could actually have a nice move up from here, as long as we maintain this consolidation that we're on right now. So we really can't break below the 618 at 11.5. If we break below 11.5, it's down to 10, and then down to the 786 at 8.4 if the 10 doesn't hold. But honestly, the RSI is pretty low right now. Well, I mean, it's almost at the 50, but it's pretty low back here. So how far down can you actually go? It looks like it wants to break above 50 and continue up to 70. Had this lull period. So this is either me being a moon boy on ZIL or this chart's faking me out, but it looks like it wants to do that. Yeah, I think everything, let's see, everything's probably red. Doge is up though. Doge is up 3. Near is down 11. Yeah, see, Red Ape still up 8%. But yeah. Crazy, everything's red. So Alchemy Pay actually just partnered with VeChain. I own a lot of Alchemy Pay. I'm down quite a bit on it, but it is what it is. I believe it'll pay off in the long term once crypto gets massively adopted. It's a leader in the crypto to fiat. And it just has some big partners, but they just keep unleashing more coins, but inevitably it'll pay off. Yeah, we can't fall below this. Let's see. Yeah, I think VeChain's going to be making a push down here to the 786. I keep an eye on 6.2 VeChain. We got rejected at the 618 with a big red candle. So I think the RSI is going to reset at 30. I think we might actually dip below 30 for a bit, down to 29 or 29, 27. And then come up here and test this resistance 618 area. So the bad thing about this is you have a main resistance and a 618 really close to each other. So when you're above a 618, it's support. When you're below it, it's a resistance. So you guys are kind of double fucked right here. Pardon my language. You guys have a double resistance area right there. And as you can see right here, you got rejected at that resistance, but as soon as you broke above that resistance, you got rejected at the 618. So you guys are gonna have to come down and pick up some couple barrels of moon juice and then shoot your way up through that. So personally, I keep an eye on the 786 for a run-up attempt breaking through these for VeChain. For the time being, you are putting in lower highs, so you could even get rejected here and that would still validate the chart, but hopefully we're looking for a reversal here and breaking above the 618. If you break above the 618, it's reversed since the 30th of March. But yeah, a lot of coins to be dipping a little bit more, guys, I believe. Anyways, that's not financial advice, so I might be looking after the live stream at some of my other coins and putting in some buy orders at some pretty low prices, and if they get filled, they get filled. I know I keep telling myself and everyone that I'm done buying PBX that I hit my goal, but it's just so attractive every time it dips. So I had us going up here. So PBX looks like it wants to actually head down here to 7.8. I don't know if we have any PBX holders on here, but if you're in the Discord, you know I like me some PBX. It was actually the first coin I ever charted on this channel. Yeah, don't go back and listen to that because that's back when I first started. Or if you want to laugh, you can go back there. I don't care. But PBX is consecutively making lower highs. We had this huge drop right here. I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy. And I bought. And then it went up. I'm like, sweet. Dropped again. I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy here at the 786. Order got filled. Sweet. Went up. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm making some good money. Then It dropped to the 786 again. I'm like, oh, sweet, there's a support down here. I'll put a buy order there. It got filled. And now it looks like I want to put a buy order in here at 7.8. So if it drafts down there, it'll get filled. So PBX, I want to be to your next play. I know that's all you hear on everything is buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. It's true though, buy the dip, right? But I think PBX is doing something like this. So I'm going to put a buy in order here. I'm actually hoping for a major crash, maybe BTC under 30 or something. I want to accumulate more PBX, VRA, ZIL, and XLM. So PBX, you might actually be able to acquire it pretty low here pretty soon. The all-time low is down here too at 784. You can see it only wicked to it. That's the lowest it's ever been right there, but it's only been out since September of last year. PBS is Paribus. It's a new coin that came out September. It's launching on the Cardano blockchain. Definitely look into it. I don't want to shill any coins on here because if people buy into what I shill and it takes a shit, people are going to be blaming me. But PBX, the thing about PBX is, and here I am shilling it. And you guys who've been on this channel for a while are probably tired of hearing say talk about PBX, but it's my channel and I'm going to talk about it. So thing about Paribus, the market cap's extremely low at only 23 million. Yes, there's a 10 billion circulating or max supply and 2.6 billion circulating and 10 billion max, but the market cap's just incredibly low. And once Cardano blockchain gets massively adopted and more people start using it, Paribus is going to be one of the main players. Use cases on the Cardano blockchain for like NFT lending and stuff like that. This came out back in September of last year, and they've done some pretty crazy stuff, and they plan on doing some more great things. I'd look into Paribus. I'm not going to shill it too much because I don't want people to FOMO into it and then get wrecked. If I get wrecked, I get wrecked. Then it won't hold anything on my conscience. But if people buy in because of me and they get wrecked, I'd feel bad. So do your own research. Yeah, I don't take profit. I have my flip plays, and even though I have some coins that go up quite a bit, I have those diamond hands, man. If we all just hold in the next couple of years, we're going to be making bank. I think I read somewhere the crypto space right now is what the internet was in 1991. So it's that early. So Kevin, I did VXV earlier. If you just want to zoom back, I think it was VXV was the first coin I did. So if you want to zoom back to the beginning real quick and look at that, VXV was the first one that I did. But I dislike ADA. Been holding bag when it's up again, and I'm so no man. You do what you want with your ADA, but I hold a decent sized bag ADA. I have it on my ledger being staked. So I have ADA staked on my ledger. I'm just gonna hold ADA. It's one of my long-term holds. You're not gonna make crazy profit on ADA. That's the thing. You're not gonna make crazy profit on ADA. The thing about ADA is you can stake it, you can earn your passive income and everything like that. I don't know why I typed in 45. So there's a shit ton of ADA coins. There's 32 billion circulating supply. There's 32 billion coins in circulation. The market cap is 32 billion. To get to $2 on Cardano, you would need 32 billion more dollars to go into this coin just for it to reach $2. So this would need to be 64 billion for this to get to $2. That's a lot of money to go into this coin to go up to $2. So I don't hold Cardano to make massive gains. I hold Cardano because I believe in its utility and I like staking it, and that's the thing. And I get 5.6%. So I mean, it's free Cardano. Inevitably all coins are to go up, so why not get free coins staking it, right? Inevitably when coins go up, Cardano will be going up higher. People were saying $10 Cardano. I don't see that for a little while. The market cap's already through 32 billion and we're at $1. So if you're looking to make a lot of money on Cardano, this isn't financial advice, but you're not gonna make a shit ton of money on Cardano unless you hold a lot of it, like a lot of it. No, PBX is on KuCoin. So I don't know if you have a KuCoin account, but if you don't have a KuCoin account, I have a link in my Discord channel where I guess I have my reference link, and we each can get some. I think it's like $25 in free Bitcoin. So PBX is available on KuCoin, Uniswap, Gale. I suggest using KuCoin for it, and then you can also stake it as well. I'm not staking mine. I'm just holding it. Yeah, I've looked at API 3. API 3, I have API 3. I'm super bullish on API 3. It's a competitor of Chainlink. $8.5% of your Cardano, or 8.5% staking on Binance. Yeah, I don't have Binance. But I just have mine locked away on my ledger, you know. God forbid someone breaks into something and can't steal it if it's not on, you know, if you own the keys. Oh, you're in Australia. Okay. Yeah, we can go over API 3. Made some pretty good money off API 3. Haven't charted it in a while. So we'll go to this bottom to the recent top. So the thing about API 3 is we wick to the 618 right here. I don't think we're breaking below the 618. The RSI is too low, so I'd look for an upswing to 4.5 at this resistance. We're going to battle it out there. If you break above 4.5, we're heading up to the 5, but that would put a higher high in, or we'd match that high. So we could actually be heading up to this resistance, which would bring us up to around the 50 on the RSI, and then have a push down to the 30. And the bad part is that we don't have any support below the 618 right here for API 3. All we have is a 786 down here at 389. So personally, I'm going to draw a ray here because those nice round numbers are very hard to break over and very hard to fall below. And we have a $4 in here. So I'm going to put a support right here because I believe there is a support at $4. So if we fall below the 618, I'd keep an eye on $4.25 to $4 range for something like that. If Bitcoin stays below the 618 and closes below the 618, a lot of coins are going to be dipping even further down. So API 3 is going to be dipping a little bit before we work our way back up. But I'm super bullish on API 3 long term. Check out Bitcoin again. Hey, look at that. It's green. People bought it. So that's the cool thing. It's like I kind of just want to put this on the 1 minute, grab some popcorn, put on some chill music, and just watch it go. So 618, the main support's doing its job right here for Bitcoin. Yeah, we started off below it, and the wick went all the way down here, but we have a hammer candle going on right now. So Bitcoin's looking kind of bullish right now for the time being. So that's great. I'm feeling a little bit better. But we are on the cusp of having a breakdown if we close below the 618 support. So let's keep an eye on this candle right here. It closes in approximately 3.5 hours. So the 618 and the main support are on top of each other, so it's kind of double support right there. So it's doing its job. It's doing its job, and that's great. VTHO, I've never heard of it. Oh, VTHOR, yeah, I've heard of that. Don't know all the acronyms. VTHOR up 8.3 at 004. So it says it has an infinite supply, and when I say that on videos, people get super pissed, and they're like, oh, you don't look into utility of the coin. It doesn't have an infinite supply. I don't look into the utility of the coins I don't own. I just chart the coins. So I'm going to say it has a total supply of infinite, which isn't bullish for any coin to have an infinite supply, but there probably is a reason behind that, which I don't know. And it has 45 billion coins in circulation, which is quite a bit, but the market cap's only 22 or 221 million. All-time high was 4.6 cents 3 years ago. All-time low was quadruple 01 2 years ago. If you look at the max and compare it to the market cap, you can see they did put more coins in circulation July of 2021. The market cap jumped and the price did not follow that much. So that just means they put more coins in circulation, but not a crazy amount. Without knowing the total supply, I don't know how the remainder of how many they can put in. So let's get into VTHO chart. Yeah, hey Detroit Dan, I did ape. I don't remember what it was, but I did a little while back. Well, why is these candles so choppy? Must not be a lot of volume going on here. We'll make it work. Yeah, this chart looks weird. 618 seems to be holding. You broke high. Actually, looks like you guys broke just above the 5, and it looks like you want to continue up higher. RSI broke above 50 as well. So I'd keep an eye on this next candle tagging the 382 up here and then continuing down to the 5, and hopefully something like this. This is the bullish scenario because you guys were making lower highs and you guys just reversed that and you just put in a higher high here. So we can technically say this is reversed and it flipped into bullish momentum. So for the time being, we're going to go off that bullish momentum and say, hey, we're going up to the 382, then we're going to cool down, back down to the 50, and then we're going to make another push up higher. So I'd keep an eye at approximately 005, and then a drop down to around 0048, and then a continuation up to 0056 for VTHO for the time being. So this just flipped bullish. So, and how you can tell it flipped bullish is because you can see we had these lower highs continuing, and then we finally have a higher high here. So it just flipped bullish. So that's great. So I'd keep an eye on a push up to the 382 at 005, and then a retracement, and then another push up to 56. Did you look at ALBT? I have not looked at ALBT. I'll jump into that right now for you. Oh, I don't like how that chart looks. Let's see if we can find a different one. Yikes. Hopefully you didn't follow that. I did have the retracement down to the 618, but the 618 did not hold, which is crazy because I thought it would bounce off the 30 and take off from there. Looks like the 786 is holding, so let me clean this up. So as of right now, you bounced off the 786, got rejected at this resistance channel, and it looks like you went back down and you actually have some support at the 786 again. So for the time being, let's keep an eye on a push up to this resistance at 25 cents, which it looks like 25 cents is 45 on the RSI. If we break above this resistance at 25, I think we're heading up to the 618, and then we'll have to cool off, and we can look for something like that. But realistically, if we don't break above the 618, we're going to be doing something like that. We do have a very thick support channel below the 786, so that's great. So if you fall below that, you kind of do have a safety net down here. But for the time being, let's look for a pump up to 25.43, and if we break above that, we're going up to the 618 at 27.5. But I don't think we're breaking below the 786 right now. I think we're pushing up to 25.43. But as you can see, you are putting in lower highs, though. That's the scary part. So if that plays out, this move right here would be off the table if that plays out, if that continues. And this would be the move right here. So you really just got to focus on this main resistance at 25.43. That's going to tell the story. Can I look at SYN? I can definitely look at SYN. What is SYN? Oh, Synapse. I remember this. Down 1.9% at $3 even. Looks like it broke below the 618. So we're gonna go off that, and this thing looks like it wants to retrace down to around 270, 280 area. I'd keep an eye on this. If this candle still has 3 hours to grow and break above the 618, but if this closes below the 618, I'd keep an eye on a push down to around $2.80. You can see you had quite a bit of support there. So unfortunately, You guys did have your testing of it quite a bit, and it looks like it finally didn't hold. So if this candle closes below the 618 at $3, we're heading down to 280 personally, which would bring the RSI down to 30, and then we can talk about going above it again. But if you close below the 3 or the 618, it's acting as a resistance then, so it's gonna be kind of difficult to get back over it. So even though it's below it right now, it doesn't mean it's going to stay below it. This candle is still active for another 3.5 hours. So so it could still grow up above. It could still grow above that on the 4-hour chart. But as of the time we're charting it right now, I'd say if this was the close right now, we'd be heading down to around 280 and then working our way up to the 618 from there. So that's what Sin is doing. So with that, I'm all caught up with the charting. Who wants their coin charted? Who's up next? With that, I'm going to jump over to Bitcoin to see what's going on there. Yeah, we definitely got to stay over this, guys. Definitely got to stay over this. So open floor, guys. Any coins you want me to chart? If not, I'm just going to go off and chart whatever. I'm going to chart my one. I always resort to this. Haka. This is that 100x Moonshot Gamble coin that I'm not really banking on. I just put my leftover funds in. I wouldn't suggest investing in this coin unless you have a high risk tolerance, because it can easily go to the moon. Crash into the ground as much as it can go to the moon. The thing about Haka that I like is the market cap on this coin is extremely. The market cap's only 1.7 million. Peanuts, absolutely peanuts, and it has a very, very low total supply and only 30 million coins in circulation. This is Moonshot in the making. It's a gamble. It's 100% gamble. There's no guarantee on this whatsoever. It can easily shit the bed and go to zero as much as it can blast off. You can see the all-time high was 52 cents 5 months ago, and the all-time low was 2 cents 9 months ago. So, do your own research on this coin. This is just what I put extra funds in, and if it goes, it goes. But this is definitely, I think it's the lowest market cap coin on KuCoin. But it has the moon juice to go. It's just when are we going to go? That's the question. Luna looks like it's falling. Can't fall below $90 on Luna. We fall below $90, we're heading down to 84. $90 pretty much has held since the 19th of March. I mean, we have tested the bottom of this neutral channel back here on March 26th, so I guess you can say 88.8. It's below 90. I'd keep an eye on a push down to the main support at 84. The bad thing about it, the RSI is extremely low right now. So that would absolutely wreck the RSI, and we'd dip well below 30, probably around 25 if that happened. So let's keep an eye on the 786 here. If the next candle on this is green or this turns green, I'd keep an eye on a push up to the main resistance right here. But as you can see, you have a 618 and a main resistance very close, so it's kind of double resistance right there. And you can tell that from right here, you got rejected, then you got rejected again at this area. So it's a battleground right here, and with the RSI being so low, you definitely have fuel in your tank, but when are you guys going to use that fuel to blast up here? We just don't know that. But as of right now, if we fall below the 786, you're going to have a bad time and go down to 84. But if we don't fall below, we're to be battling it out here at the 618 and 786. Or not the 618 in the main resistance area. The thing is, you tested this 3 times. You tested it once, twice, well, only twice so far, so you guys still have a third attempt to come up here. So let's keep an eye on the 786 for Luna. So Cortezi. Okay, let's get into it. Wow, this had a nice run up, and then the big retracement. Ran out of fuel. Ran out of that moon juice. Okay, well, enough of trying to be funny. Let's get into some charting. So it doesn't like that bottom. It looks like it likes this bottom right here. It's respecting this bottom. For the time being, the RSI is considerably low right now, and you guys are finding some support in this neutral channel right here. So for the time being, I'd say worst case scenario is 36.25. You can see we wick to it on this candle that's forming right now. We have been making lower highs though, so that's kind of scary, because if we break above the support, the only way I see it is up to the 618, and if this is if it follows technicality, it's not going to break another high. But inevitably, a coin has to make a higher high, right? Or all coins would go to zero. So let's just keep an eye on this main support here at 36. If we hit this 36, we're heading up here to test this resistance. Hopefully that's not the next high and then a retracement down here. So Cortese isn't looking super bullish right now. You definitely have the RSI and the fuel to blast up here. It's just one of you guys are going to use it. So let's keep an eye on this resistance at 37. If we break above 37, we have the small resistance channel here at 38. And we'll just test it then. So Cortese's kind of in a battle right now. So yeah, I just keep an eye on the 36 support personally. If it drops below that, you're going to have a bad time and drop down to 33. But you do have a 786 at the bottom of that support channel, so that's great. Exit. So the 618 and the 786 are very important areas. The 386, 618, and 786 on a fib are technically main support areas for a coin as well. These are just micro support areas. The main thing you go off of on fibs are 0, 382, 618, 786. And those are the main ones you want to focus on. And as you can see, the 786 is at the bottom of the support channel. So you kind of have a double support here on Cortese as well. So it's going to be kind of difficult to fall below that, which is great. Which means with the RSI being low and having these two so close together, our launch could be coming pretty soon to work our way back up to the 618 and reverse this downtrend. So let's just keep an eye on these two areas, the 786 and main support. We can't fall below that. We're going to have a bad time. So with that BLZ, yikes. Get out of here with that Moon Boy chart. And just like all the other coins, they all look exactly the same. Now we'd have to find which bottom it's respecting. Looks like it's respecting this bottom right here on March 21st. Man, that is a nasty drop. You can see you tested the 618 right here on the 10th of April and just absolutely got denied with a huge red candle. Had an 8% drop as soon as you tagged that 618. And it looks like it wants to go down a little bit more, but the RSI is pretty low right now. I think the 786 holds, and we work our way up here to battle it out at 17 cents. That would put us in as a lower high, which would be valid for this. So I'm not going to be Moon Boy on this right now. I think we're working up to 1.7. We'll assess the situation at that time. If we go by how the chart's been looking and follow this pattern, it's going to do something like this. But I don't usually do long-term predictions. I do micro predictions because long-term predictions and shaking a magic 8 ball are exactly the same thing. At least with short-term predictions, you can get in the ballpark range. So for the time being, let's look for a push up to 17.13, and we'll assess the situation at that time. But that is a huge red candle right there. I'm surprised it didn't, as soon as that dropped, you didn't see a green candle try to engulf that. So. QUA. Is that even a coin? You trying to psych me up? Oh, quant stamp. I thought that's what you meant. What is that, QSP? Is that the acronym for it? Yeah. Hopefully you didn't follow that prediction. Man, this thing was looking so bullish too. That's the crazy thing. You guys were holding the 618 for so long and just consolidating. And you broke below the 618. Oh, boy. That's sad. That's very sad. That is textbook consolidation right there. So as of right now, we're finding support at the 5. Well, it's not support. We're currently getting stopped at the 5 right now. So personally, I would keep an eye on the 5 right here at 6.5. If you drop below that, you have a really thick support channel, a 618, and a main support right here. So inevitably, you're going to find some support down here. If we drop below the 5, I'd keep an eye on approximately 6 cents, which would be the 618. And then for something like that, that would bring the RSI down to 30, unfortunately. Like we had the 30 back here. But heading down to the 30, we're already low. So I'd keep an eye on heading to the 618 for QSP and then a response upwards from there. If we don't bounce off this 5. This 5 candle's still in the making. We still have about 3 hours left. But if we break below that 5, I'd keep an eye on 6 cents. Or the top of the support channel at 6.2. But it's a really thick support channel. You have a main support, so you're not going to fall below 5.8. But for the time being, I think QSP is going to be working its way down here to this support channel 618 range. That just makes me... This is textbook consolidation, and it just shows you how Bitcoin can manipulate the market. If Bitcoin stayed the same price or was just consolidating, this consolidation would have just blasted QSP off. But with Bitcoin being... you can see Bitcoin started dropping off here, and it just shows that no coins are immune to it. And that's unfortunate because this thing was setting up to go. So I guess you shouldn't have sold those Bitcoin, Chef. WIN. We'll do it on Binance since you have Binance. Fell below the support here. Looks like every other coin right now. Ladder up effect. It's not supporting that one. Oh boy. So for the time being, you can see you had some support right here. If we stay below this resistance area at 31, I think we're heading down to the 786 here at 3. So look for, what is this? This is Tether US. I'd look out for 0003. I think we might be heading down there, and then we'll reverse up to this. That'd reset the RSI at 30. So it looks like it wants to go down there. I'd keep an eye on the 786 at, what is that? That is 3 zeros and a 3 even. I think that'll be the bottom for Wink, and then we'll reverse up here. You've been putting in lower highs, so this would validate that, heading back up and getting rejected. If the market continues the direction that it's going, this is what's going to play out. But if Bitcoin starts reversing and we break above this resistance, we'll be heading up to the 618 to around 3.2. But we'll assess the situation at a later date. For the time being, I think we're heading down to the 786 at 3 even, and from there we'll bounce up to the main resistance. Oh, did you say win or wink? Yeah, this is win, right? Yeah, okay. So Zgos says DAG. Good old Constellation. So this chart is still valid. You see you have the 618 main support here, and luckily you guys didn't shit the bed and fall below that hard. Otherwise, it would have been a bad time. So for the time being, Constellation just got rejected at the 50. I'd keep an eye on the 618 support again. I think we're coming down here to test 15,309. You do have a 618 exactly on top of it, so we can't fall below that. Yes, we fell below it and broke back up over it here, and that's very, very lucky. But if we head back down here and bounce off, I'd keep an eye on 16.3, but inevitably I think we're going down here to test this out. And the only reason we broke back above that is we do have a support channel just below this as well. If there was no support channel below this, I guarantee these coins that closed below that would have caused us to drop down. But the crazy thing about this is you have a 618 on top of a main support, a thick support channel here, another thick support channel here, and then another support channel right there. So you have a pretty nice safety net in this area. So the worst it can go is 12.36% drop, which is quite a bit, but I don't think we're heading down there anytime soon. I think for the time being, Constellations would be working around this main support 618 area, and inevitably we're working up to 16. You can see we were putting in lower highs, and we just put in a higher high right here, which I guess technically you can say we just flipped and became bullish, but we'll assess that situation if once we start moving up a little bit higher. Technically speaking, this is a reversal right here, so you can start saying that Constellation just flipped bullish if you wanted to. But you can say whatever you want. It doesn't really, I guess it doesn't really matter, but for the time being, it looks like we bottomed right here and we had a reversal for Constellation. So with that EQ, what is EQ? I don't know what EQ is. There is no... Oh, right here, Equilibrium Games. Never mind. I think I said that last time you asked for this. Up 5.3% at 22 cents. 100 million max supply available on BitTrue. What is that? Oh, I had to chart this in DEX. That's why I remember now. So give me a second while I pull this up. Huh. It's not even showed up in DEX. I know I charted this before. I don't know, man. I'm not going to spend all night looking for it, but... Yeah, I can't find a chart on it, man. I'm sorry. So, I already charted Zilliqa if you want to zoom back later. I think it was one of the beginnings. Third or fourth one I charted. So I got about 10 more minutes left of the live stream that I'm going to be going on. So get your requests in now. I'll try to get to them all. Try to go for an hour and a half. Some days I go longer, but tomorrow's a work day. and I want to watch that Bitcoin on the minute. So ICP right now looks like it bounced off the 786 right now and wants to head up. You are really low on the RSI. You definitely have the juice to go. So let's keep an eye on and move up here to the resistance at 1786. If we break above 1786, we're going to be heading up to the 618. You can see you had some nice consolidation here until you had the big fat ass red candle. 786 held. So I think we're working our way up to this resistance here at 786. 1786. So we bounced off the 786 and we're heading up to 1786. So let's keep an eye out on here. If we break above that, we can talk about resetting up here and trying to take out these highs. So I don't think we're dropping below 1712 personally. I think we're heading up to 1786 for the time being. So with that, Casper. What is that? Just CSPR? Yeah, so this... When did I chart this last? This fib is huge. So Casper, what is going on with Casper? So Casper bounced off the 786 and we got rejected at the 618. We have been putting in lower highs, and this looks like the low high right here. It looks like we want to head down to the support 786 area. So I'd keep an eye on 77 as a support. I think we're heading down to this area. You do have a 786 and a main support very close together, so it's a nice safety net. RSI is, I don't want to say high. This is technically in the oversold area if it's below 50, but you are putting in lower highs. So I'd keep an eye on a pullback to the support area, then hopefully heading up to break above the 618 or test it out at least. But for the time being, I'd keep an eye on the support at 775 for Casper, and then a continuation up here to battle it out at the 618 at 83. I think we just have to go down a little bit more on Casper before we head back up. And with that, I am all caught up. I have enough time for one more coin. Who's going to be the last one? Now's your chance. Now's your chance. One more coin. And don't worry, guys. I'm going to be doing a lot more live streams. I currently do once a week and then 2 on the weekend. So I'm going to try to beef that up a little bit, possibly. If you guys enjoy it, at least. Good old Bitcoin, that 786, the main support's holding. That's great. That is great. So with that, anyone have any more requests? Anyone have any more requests? So with that, I just want to say thanks for everyone for tuning out to the live stream. Thanks for supporting the channel. If you want to support it further, you can head over to my OpenSeas. You can find the OpenSeas link in any one of my descriptions. Chef Naturen's actually OG Gold. You get perks with owning certain NFTs that I have. There's certain NFTs just for supporting the channel as well. So if you like to support the channel, head over to my OpenSeas account. That's a great way to show support. Thanks for everyone coming out tonight and supporting the channel. With that, I will catch everybody next time on my live stream. Have a good night. Have a great work week. I'll